Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hey everyone, good morning. It is Sunday. Thanks for joining us. It's the 21st.
Yeah, we got a lot planned for you in today's show, but we got to first talk about some weather because while it might be warm today, things are going to start ramping up by tomorrow.
Yeah, in the week ahead, we're going to have a pretty active weather pattern, which for the end of July is a welcome thing for us. Because that means cooler temperatures and the potential for rain. Outside right now, though, it is warm. It's 79 degrees in San Antonio. We've got 75 in New Braunfels, 76 in Bulverde, 76 in Canyon Lake, and 75 in Comfort. Looking at your forecast today, it is going to be hot. Like Erica said, 98 degrees for the high temperature. But it isn't until later on tonight that we could see some showers out there. So keep that in mind. And that's just the start of what is going to be an interesting weather pattern in the week ahead. We'll have daily rain chances Monday through Friday. I'll tell you what that means for your day today and the week ahead coming up in just a bit. Erica.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, this morning, the Kerrville Police Department have arrested a man connected to the murder of a 36-year-old woman following a more than 24-hour manhunt. 29-year-old Gabriel Aliman is accused of shooting through the front door of Diana Arispe's apartment and killing her early yesterday morning. Kerrville police say doorbell camera video helped them figure out Aliman was at the apartment complex around the time of her death. Aliman is charged with murder. A man wanted for attacking a pregnant woman in Karnes County has been arrested. According to the Karnes County Sheriff's Office, Carlos Carrasco was arrested by Jacksboro Police, which is northwest of Fort Worth. He's accused of assaulting a pregnant woman with the intent to kill her unborn child. Deputies say the woman did lose her baby. Right now, the Sheriff's Office is working to bring him back to Karnes County, where he will face an attempted capital murder charge. Partial remains of a murder victim have been exhumed in Fort Bend County in an effort to crack a decades-old cold case. Police say the male victim was found in a ditch in 1964. He was decapitated and his hands and legs had been amputated. The Harris County Medical Examiner's Office held the remains for 20 years before burying them in 1984 in Richmond. Police now hope technological advancements in forensic biology and DNA analysis will provide fresh leads and finally bring justice to the victim. Switching gears to the campaign trail as President Joe Biden continues to face growing pressure from some Democrats to drop out, and former President Trump returned to the campaign trail in the battleground state of Michigan just 1 week after his assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. ABC's Allison Cossack has the latest.
Former President Donald Trump returned to the campaign trail just 1 week after an assassination attempt during a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trump and his new running mate, J.D. Vance, campaigning together for the first time in the key battleground state of Michigan. The former president referencing last week's shooting in the first few minutes of the rally.
I stand before you only by the grace of Almighty God.
Meanwhile, President Biden vowing to get back on the campaign trail next week, despite growing calls for him to step aside. More than 36 Democrats in Congress are calling on him to drop out. Senators like Elizabeth Warren are still backing Biden, but leaving the door open for an alternative.
If President Biden decides to step back, we have Vice President Kamala Harris, who is ready to step up, to unite the party, to take on Donald Trump, and to win in November.
One of the president's closest allies, Senator Chris Coons of Delaware, says Biden is listening.
I think our president is weighing what he should weigh, which is who is the best candidate to win in November.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Now, if you have an election-related question between now and November, we have the answers and so much more on our Vote 2024 webpage. Just scan the QR code on your screen to go straight to the KSAT Vote 2024 webpage. It's a program that focuses on people involved in domestic violence situations, but it works with the offenders, not the survivors. The Bexar County Reflejo Court put first-time domestic violence offenders through an intensive series of classes, and if you look at their numbers, it's working. A graduate told our Courtney Friedman the program saved her life and stopped the cycle of trauma in its tracks. The story is part of Courtney's series confronting domestic violence, Loving in Fear.
It was on December 10th which is my sobriety date, I ended up going back to jail for my last time. And that was when my whole life turned around.
After a series of arrests involving substance use and a first-time domestic violence offense, Megan Moran ended up in the Reflejo Court program, a Bexar County court run by Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez, targeting the domestic violence offender with the intent to reduce recidivism. Moran wound up in this Pathways to Healing class with about 10 other people just like her in front of instructor John Diego Vaca.
Nobody else can put the work into it, but who? You. Nobody else to blame but who? You. Yourselves.
Vaca says the key to the program's success is unlocking and stopping generational trauma.
We have found out that they were victims first. They were offended first. Someone offended them through sexual molestation, through being burnt by cigarettes, beaten down to a pulp.
In 26 sessions that last about a year and a half, the participants learn how to deal with that trauma and regulate their emotions so they don't continue abusing people and substances.
Where do they end up at? Back in prison for life. Homeless.
And continuing to burden the community's safety and money.
Because if you leave them in jail, they're just going to become worse, right? And then the taxpayers, we're paying for that.
In 3 years, they've graduated 28 people. Vaca says 27 have not reoffended. This year, they even won the Ruben G. Reyes Award for Outstanding Specialty Court Team.
Every area of the state of Texas had to nominate us to receive this award.
Fueling that accolade, people just like Moran, now a thriving, reformed member of society. She has seen her part in the damage caused and finally broken her generational cycle of trauma.
I didn't know anything about a healthy love, even respect, learning how to respect myself, my boundaries, my being, and then trusting.
She's now helping other people, letting them know there is help and hope. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Now, the annual Reflejo Court Commencement Symposium and Luncheon is on Friday, July 26th at the Family Services Neighborhood Place. We have the link for registration on KSAT.com. Your time now is 6:07. It might say 93 degrees, but it's actually 79 out there right now. Unwashed hands, food being kept in grocery bags. Those are just a few reasons these restaurants got bad health reviews. KSAT goes behind the kitchen door to find out more after the break. Now, taking a live look at live cam. Like I said, it is 79 degrees outside. Coming up, we'll have the full forecast with our Sarah Spivey. Welcome back. Employees caught not washing hands and bacon being kept in grocery bags. Those are just 2 violations a Metro Health inspector caught that could make you sick. Our Daniela Ibarra caught up with 2 restaurants behind the kitchen door.
We came to La Torre de Jalisco because we had some questions about the food inspection report. So we talked to the manager inside. We're with KSAT behind the kitchen door.
The manager of the Mexican restaurant off Petite Jordan Freeway and Loop 410 invited us to sit down and talk about it. Twice, inspectors noted employees were not washing their hands.
Dice aquí que también los empleados no estaban lavando sus manos.
The manager, Mario, says those were new employees and says they've been talked to. We also asked him about containers of cooked beans the health inspector reported finding on the floor. He says the containers had just been taken off the stove and were about to be put away. Over at Angie's Cafe off Pleasanton and Harlan, inspectors also caught an issue with beans. There, frozen beans were left out to defrost. The report also says the restaurant kept bacon and cut vegetables in to-go bags. Owner Raul Ruiz says those issues are fixed. He also says he talked to employees about wiping their face and not changing gloves. Metro Health ordered a new inspection. And Ruiz wants customers to know he's got things under control. Sports bar La Ruleta also had to get re-inspected. It's off Ruiz and North Brazos streets. Inspectors say its food license was expired. Their report also says employees used a single-use cup to scoop tajin and salt and reuse single-use containers. For Behind the Kitchen Door, I'm Daniela Ibarra.
There's a lot to talk about in weather, Sarah.
There is, Erica.
I find it kind of, I guess not unusual because you said it has happened before, but to have so much rain in 1 week in the middle of July.
Well, and I think the thing to stress, and we'll talk about this here in the forecast, is that the kind of weather pattern we're going to be dealing with is it's not going to be raining all day, every day this week. Instead, we're going to see peaks of sunshine, but there are going to be plenty of neighborhoods that get some good rain. And regardless, as you were mentioning, temperatures are going to be much cooler than average. But not today, Erica.
Not today.
Today is going to be a hot one, okay? It's 78 degrees outside right now in San Antonio, 82 in Del Rio, 80 in Eagle Pass, 75 in New Braunfels, and 74 in Kerrville. And these will be the highs today, this afternoon. It'll be 98 in San Antonio. It's going to be 100 in Del Rio, 100 in Carrizo Springs, 92 in Kerrville, 98 in New Braunfels, 100 in Laredo. So yes, a hot summery day, but after today, things are going to change. And there's even a chance for rain today. Now, it's going to be isolated and it's going to be later in the day. This is a future cast right around noon. You can see fairly quiet. And then later on this afternoon, a few showers and storms potentially in the hill country, with San Antonio's best chance for rain today closer to sunset and even a little bit afterwards. And most neighborhoods will miss out on the rain today, but some will get it. We'll call it about 30%. As you take a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 84 at 10, 89 at noon. We'll have southeast winds at about 5 miles per hour. It's going to be humid. It's going to be hot. 98 with only 20% chance for showers and storms during the peak heat of the day. But then in the evening, that'll increase to 30%. So you might run into a few showers if you have Sunday night plans. But that heat high, which was overhead last year, has moved on off to the west. And with that heat high off to the west, it does allow for us to see a pretty active weather pattern in the week ahead with a stalled front. Take a look at the future cast. You can see that it keeps rain in the area Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and yes, even Friday. And it is important to note again that it's not going to be raining all day, every day, but just that we're going to have an active weather pattern where we will see pop-up downpours throughout the week. Now take a look at rain chances. Rain chances are again going to start to go up tomorrow. They're going to peak at 60% for you to see rain in your backyard Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we'll still have a decent chance on Friday as well. Let's start with Monday. On Monday, tomorrow, our highest chances are going to be in the hill country and then moving into San Antonio during the second half of the day. By Tuesday, just about everybody around our viewing area is going to have a higher chance for some showers and storms. By Wednesday, same story, a higher chance, 60%. And then by Thursday, even though there's still a chance for rain in the hill country, we start to see rain chances shift and concentrate more so on the San Antonio metro area and points to the south and to the east. So here is what you need to know. This is going to be a really important slide. What you need to know this week as far as the rainfall goes, the rain is going to be on and off. We're going to have times of downpours, but we're also going to have peaks of sunshine in between those times of downpours. It's not going to be raining nonstop Monday through Friday, and that's a good point there. Over many days, the amount of rainfall will vary day to day. Some days you'll see a heavy downpour, even some minor street flooding. Other days you might just see a sprinkle. And we're going to have varied rainfall. From Monday through Friday, I think it's a safe bet to say that most neighborhoods will have at least an inch of rain, and then some of the luckiest neighborhoods will see 3 to 4 inches of rainfall in their backyard. Regardless of how much rain you get, we are going to have a cooler week with high temperatures only in the 80s, and that's exactly what you see in the forecast here. And coming up, Erica, I'm going to compare this to this time last year. I mean, it is great that we're seeing rain chances, daily rain chances in the forecast this upcoming week. And the rain chances are not tied to any kind of tropical system or anything like that, which is usually where we see rain, if at all, in the summer months. So it is good to be able to see that we're going to be ending July with at least the chance for rain on the day today.
Now, when it's not raining, is it going to be humid out there?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
It is. It's that time of year. It's going to be humid, but would you rather it be humid in 85 or humid in 100?
Exactly.
That's the difference.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. It is now 6:17. It is 79 degrees up there.
And in your lottery, your pick 3 is 911. Wow, Fireball 3. Daily 4 is 1763, Fireball 7, Cash 5, 5, 7, 12, 32, 34, and your Lotto Texas 6, 18, 21, 27, 35, 54.
And your Powerball 18, 25, 31, 40, 57, Powerball 4, and your Mega Player is 3.
Your Power Play 3. And Mega Player was yes.
Tomato, whatever. If you're looking for something to do today, Paper Trail San Antonio is returning for its 10th year at the Rock Box located at 1225 East Houston Street from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The event will host more than 50 artists and vendors, and according to their Facebook page, it's dedicated to contemporary works of art and design on paper. People will be able to explore affordable pieces of artwork, digital print, stickers, and more. And if you want to enjoy yoga on this Sunday morning, free community yoga will take place at Hemisphere Civic Park starting at 9. If you plan on going, you're asked to bring your own mat and water bottle. You're also encouraged to sign up at freecommunityyoga.com. That's also where you can learn more information. Your time now is 6:22. It is 79 degrees out there. Award-winning Texas filmmaker Robert Rodriguez has listed his Austin-based mansion for $8.9 million. It's known as the Bond House for its aesthetic looks from James Bond movies. The 5,100 square foot gated lakeside mansion located by Lake Travis was designed by San Antonio architect O'Neill Ford in 1962. Rodriguez is known for filmmaking and composing the hit movies Spy Kids, El Mariachi, and Desperado. Your time now is 6:26 and it's 79 degrees out there. We're getting a first-hand look at an exoskeleton suit being developed at Fort Sam Houston. A look at the medical advancements it could bring to the battlefield coming up. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning. It's going to be a warm one, but there is some out. I'm just really looking forward to those 80-degree days by the end of the week.
Yeah, there's hope. We're going to have days of rain in the week ahead, so that is good news for us. But yeah, it's going to be hot today, Erica. So we got to get through today. It is fairly cloudy to start the day, but these clouds are going to clear quickly. It's already 79 in San Antonio, 76 in New Braunfels, 82 in Del Rio. In Boerne this morning, 73 and 74 in Kerrville. But yeah, you can see some peaks of sunshine as the sun is starting to rise there off in the distance, and those clouds are moving quickly. They're going to clear out quickly. So for your Sunday, expect partly cloudy skies, quickly warming temperatures, 89 at noon, 98 for the high. So it is going to be a hot day, kind of like yesterday, very hot, very humid. However, there's a slightly better chance for rain in the evening. We're going to be looking at a few downpours later on tonight around San Antonio, closer to sunset and a little bit after. But take a look at this map here. Texas is going to be much cooler than average in the coming days, and a big reason for that is the rain. We'll be back to talk about rainfall amounts and what you can expect in the week ahead, how you should plan your week with daily rain chances in the forecast for late July. Those details coming up, Erica.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, new this morning, San Antonio police are investigating after a driver crashed into a home on the west side just after 3 a.m. Luckily, there were no injuries and all occupants of the home were able to make it out safely. There is little information right now on what caused the accident, and it's unclear if the driver of that vehicle will be facing any charges. Medical advancements are being made right here in Military City, USA, and the hope is to save lives as the Center for the Intrepid has been working on exoskeletons to use in combat for nearly 4 years. KSAT got a look into the new device. Take a look.
Walking on a broken leg is hard enough.
I know it's been a while.
Now imagine on the battlefield.
Do you mind taking just a few steps? Yeah. Oh, dude, you're already going heel over toe. That's great.
The Center for the Intrepid at Fort Sam Houston created this Intrepid battlefield exoskeleton, also known as the IBEX.
Can you show me him standing up and putting some weight on it?
Sure. So, I can take you up this way. Well done, sir. Well done.
In this case, this will stabilize an open tibia fracture and enable someone to move without a stretcher. So it's kind of like a hands-free crutch.
The goal is to get an injured soldier out of the battlefield easier and with fewer soldiers. The typical 4 soldiers it takes to carry a stretcher won't be needed.
Making something that is intuitive and easy to put on is an important part.
Can you show me how this part that bears weight works?
This actually goes underneath the pelvis and it carries a lot of the person's weight.
And then there's the fix.
What were some of those materials that could be MacGyvered into something stabilizing?
So the entrenching tool makes a great foot. MRE boxes can be origamied into a structure that you can actually stand and walk on. And
we can put instructions on how to build one in students' hands, in combat medic students' hands.
The need for new equipment like this comes from studying previous conflicts.
We have been really focused on applying techniques and device design that we learned during the Iraq and Afghanistan conflicts to prolonged field care. And this is when, in future conflict, we may not have the ability to evacuate our soldiers as we have in the past, and they may need to self-evacuate.
It could still be a few years before the IBEX makes it to the market and mass production, but Childers is looking forward to it.
I have a lot of confidence that we could really help bring people home.
The fix, which is the MacGyvered exoskeleton, could be ready to teach in the near future.
How does it make you feel seeing this come to life?
Oh, it's a thrill. It really is a thrill.
Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
In your morning business news, Disneyland employees in California voted on Friday to authorize a potential strike. Employees are upset with wages that haven't kept up with the rising cost of living in California. The current contract expired in June, and bargaining has been messy. Union and Disney officials plan to meet again tomorrow to continue the talks. A strike would be the first at the California theme park in 40 years. And it's a slow process, but operations are slowly rebounding around the globe after what is being called the largest IT outage in history. Airlines, though, are still struggling. FlightAware reports more than 1,600 flights in and out of the United States were canceled yesterday over the CrowdStrike glitch. Nearly 5,000 flights are delayed. Delta Airlines has been hit the hardest, with more than 800 flights canceled. Austin-based Tex-Mex restaurant Chuy's could soon be expanding to other communities after the parent company of Olive Garden and Yard House announced they are buying the chain for over $600 million. The deal comes as both restaurant companies have been struggling with a downturn in customer traffic due to consumer concerns about inflation. Chuy's currently operates over 100 restaurants in 15 states. And SeaWorld could soon become even bigger in size. The San Antonio Business Journal is reporting a new project will span at nearly 150,000 square feet and promote their animal rescue efforts. Right now, many of the details of the project are unclear, but construction is reportedly set to begin this fall and is slated to be completed by fall of 2025. The estimated cost is $6 million. The food court inside the shops at River Center Mall will soon undergo a major renovation, and Chef Jason Dady will help lead the new dining and drinking experience. The new food hall called Mexico City is expected to open early next year. To read more, just head to KSAT.com. Okay, if you need an excuse to treat yourself today, how about treating yourself to a nice ice cream sundae on a Sunday?
Hey, that's cool. So after all, it is National Ice Cream Day. And did you know former President Ronald Reagan declared the third Sunday of July as National Ice Cream Day and July as National Ice Cream Month?
I had no idea. Now I know. Research shows about 97% of Americans either love or like ice cream. And in case you're wondering what Americans' favorite topping is, hot fudge is preferred by 1 out of 3 people. Whipped cream is also a close second, followed by caramel sauce, then chocolate sauce.
Interesting. Okay, what's your favorite flavor?
Oh, strawberry, hands down.
Strawberry. Wow,
Strawberry.
I feel like that is kind of unique. Now, do you like it with the actual pieces of strawberry?
I mean, that's
that's
being a little bougie, but just if you just gave me like a gallon of the Bluebell strawberry, I would be good.
There you go. Well, I like cookies and cream a lot, and then old school. I'm all about peach ice cream. Love it. And then also pralines and cream.
Butter pecan is also good. That's kind of what my husband's one of his favorites, the butter pecan.
So delicious.
There's so many. I mean, any flavor is great. I'd be satisfied with anything. Now we want to hear from you. So if you look on the bottom of your screen right there, you'll see a QR code that you can scan. Let us know your favorite ice cream flavor. Is it vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, or do you like something else like sherbet, cookies, and cream? You can vote your favorite by heading to ksat.com/poll or just scan the QR code.
Erica, strawberry is at 0, so I
gotta go vote.
Permission to use your phone right now. Use your phone right now, Erica.
I'm voting.
Scan that QR code.
I'm scanning.
And do strawberry.
Strawberry needs to get a vote. I gotta zoom in so I get the QR code.
Okay.
Okay, I'm taking some time here. So there we go. Okay, it's coming up.
Did you do it?
Well, it's slow going.
Y'all at home, see if you can beat Erica.
Yeah,
okay?
probably. Oh, here we go. Strawberry.
Hey,
yay!
Look, more people are doing strawberry.
Go strawberry.
That's pretty awesome.
Your time now is 6:38. It is 79 degrees out there. A 9-year-old boy, has been on the ride of a lifetime, and he's not stopping anytime soon while he's living life on the highway after the break. Taking a live look outside with live cam. It's a little cloudy out there. Sarah will have her full forecast coming up. A 9-year-old boy rolled back into San Antonio in style this week. Gavin Quirate just returned from a motorcycle tour across dozens of states. His family tells Zaria Oates all about the adventure and why Gavin deserves this version of freedom.
It's not every day you see a 9-year-old on a motorcycle.
Cool.
I think
it is pretty cool. I agree.
What's even more rare is a 9-year-old getting to ride a motorcycle across 23 states.
It is a roller coaster of emotions.
For the most part, Gavin is your average 9-year-old. He has a passion for bikes and his friends, but he also has Duchenne's muscular dystrophy.
Duchenne is fatal. There is no cure.
It impacts his ability to walk with the likelihood of needing a wheelchair in the near future. So his mom, dad, friends, even his physical therapist do what they can to keep Gavin smiling.
His love of riding, I think it's just something, it gives him a sense of freedom. It allows him to go out on the road and not have to think about DMV.
You ready? Members of the motorcycle group Mile Monsters saw Gavin's passion and decided to take him on these incredible adventures.
Whoa! I just think it's incredible how he has a whole community behind him. I think as a PT, it's every PT's dream to see your patient have all of that support.
This isn't even his first time bringing the riding community together. Just last year, Gavin rode 4,000 miles on a motorcycle and got to see 40 Harley-Davidson locations in Texas. Now, he's got a map of his two-wheeled accomplishments with hopes to make even more stops in the future.
I'm really proud of him, and I'm just very happy to know that he experienced this.
We're going to let him live his best life as long as he can. And if he's happiest on the back of a Harley, we're going to let him ride.
Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
That smile is just priceless.
Contagious, absolutely.
Well, let's switch gears now to some weather.
Yeah, it is going to be a really nice week as far as July goes. Now, there's going to be times of rain, which could interrupt, your afternoon, your morning commutes, but it is important for us to get as much rain as we can in the summer months, especially compared to last year. So take a look at your screen. This is last year this time. We were dealing with highs from 100 to 104. We were in the middle of a heat streak. And then take a look, though, at the contrast in this week's forecast. Yeah, it's going to be hot today. It's going to be 98. That's still cooler than last year. But highs are only going to be in the 80s for us for most of the week. That's some 15 degrees cooler than what we were dealing with last year, some 10 degrees cooler than what is average. A welcome change to last year. So it's not all bad news when it comes to summertime in San Antonio. I know we got a lot of visitors coming to San Antonio. They're, it's so hot. Well, look ahead to next week. It's going to be a little rainy, though. So it's all because that heat high is not overhead. Last year, that heat high was smack dab over Texas, and now it's moved on off to the west. In its wake, what we've seen here is a stationary front that has developed and will maintain itself kind of around Texas throughout the week. And so what we're going to be seeing in the week ahead is at least the chance for rain each day. First tomorrow. Now tomorrow, most of that rain chance will be up in the hill country, but later on in the evening hours, I do think we could see some rain here in San Antonio. Our higher rain chances are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, about 60% coverage of the showers and storms throughout the day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And even on Friday, there's a chance for a few more showers and storms too. If we put it all together for you here in this rain chance graphic, again, only a small chance today for a few isolated showers, 40% in San Antonio tomorrow, but higher chances in the hill country. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that's our highest chance for rain at about 60%. And by Friday, we still have a decent chance for a few showers and storms. There's some really important things to consider in the forecast ahead. Here's what you need to know. The rain is going to be on and off. We're going to have times of downpours. It's not going to rain all day on these days, and we're going to have peaks of sun, so intermittent rainfall. And then it'll happen over many days. So we're going to kind of need to practice patience when it comes to the rain. One day you might see the rain on the radar and be like, oh, it was so close to my house, it didn't make it. But then the next day it could make it to you. So the amount of rain that you see each day will vary day to day. You'll want to keep that radar handy. And when all is said and done, by Monday through Friday, I think most neighborhoods will at least collect an inch of rain. So that's some good news. But there will be some folks that get 3 to 4 inches of rainfall from Monday through Friday. Again, this rain could come down at a pretty heavy clip at times. And regardless of how much rain, or even if you get rain during the day over the next several days, it will be cooler because of the rain out there surrounding our area. So we'll be looking at highs in the 80s. I mean, what's not to like about this forecast? 79 in San Antonio right now. It is going to be a hot day in San Antonio today. We're going to get up to 98 degrees. It isn't until later on tonight that we could see a few showers and storms develop. Again, the chance today is about 30%. So taking a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, this morning will be quiet and humid, 89 around noon. In the afternoon, 98 for the high, and it isn't until closer to sunset that we see a 30% chance for an isolated shower or storm. And then our rain chances just go up in the week ahead. 60% Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, only in the 80s for the high. Erica, I see you're looking at a little poll there for the favorite ice cream because it's National Ice Cream Day.
Strawberry's winning.
Strawberry's winning at 38%.
Yeah.
There you go. If you want to vote on your favorite ice cream, and I know you do,
go vote now.
Maybe you even want to have ice cream for breakfast. You're crazy. You can do that if you want to. Have a bowl of ice cream, scan that QR code, tell us what your favorite ice cream. Mine is something else. Mine is cookies and cream. So
we'll see if that starts ticking up.
Yeah.
Go vote, Sarah.
I will.
Your time now is 6:49. Let's take a look at TransSky before we head to break.
Yeah, this is 37 at Jones Avenue. It's quiet, but I'll tell you what, I've been stuck in that 1604 I-10 construction this weekend. It's still ongoing today. We've got the latest on which of those road closures are happening on KSAT.com.
Welcome back. Uncovering secrets of the Alamo, a local woman dives into her past and discovers her ancestors fought at the historic battle. SA Live's Jen Tobias-Drusky shares what she found out and the reason why they may have been forgotten.
Welcome back to SA Live. Today we put the author spotlight on a local retired teacher, mother, grandmother, and wife who's telling stories that are deep-rooted in San Antonio. This is your first book. We have Irma Sanchez joining me now to talk about this book right here. What is it all about?
Thanks for having me on, Jen. The book was inspired by my great-great-grandfather, Luis Castañon. He has a lot of descendants here in Bexar County, Atascosa, Wilson, Austin area. He was 15 years old when he fought in the Texas Revolution. And in fact, he was present when Ben Milam was shot, which the park is right next door, yes. And then he later would be at the Alamo. He was under a captain, Salvador Flores, from which the Floresville family, when they were ordered to leave the Alamo to provide the rear guard for the families that were leaving San Antonio. So he did not fight at the Alamo or I wouldn't be here. But I was blessed to grow up in a home where people told a lot of stories, you know, about back in the day. And stories were filtering down to me about him, but I really couldn't make sense of them. I didn't know that he had fought in the revolution. So I was getting things like he had really been traumatized by the bodies. the stacked up bodies, but I didn't know what time period that was in. Until one day my mom said in Spanish, she said, "Vos no sé, dicen que conocía a Davy Crockett," that he knew Davy Crockett.
Wow.
So when she said that, then everything started coming, together for me.
Wow.
I started exploring about the other Tejanos that fought and realized there were so many that had fought that really didn't give, they didn't get the credit they deserved.
Kind of like the lost ones that we don't hear about,
yes,
right?
There's a lot. Wow. This is historical fiction. I did play with him in here. He does not go to San Jacinto, but I wanted the reader to bond, with somebody going to San Jacinto. There's a lot of family lore, of course the history, because I am a retired teacher. I try to aim this maybe at a 7th grade audience. And if a teacher should decide to use it in their classroom, I do have guided reading questions on Teachers Pay Teachers, and a little word search. So try to get the history right for the teacher's sake.
Yes, and this is something you wanted to do for a while, right? And then you kind of put it off, and then how are you feeling now that you've got it done here and people can find this and purchase it and read it?
It feels good. It's been on my mind for a very long time, but kids come along and you've got to work to pay bills and all that stuff. So I finally retired in 2022. There was no reason for me not to get down and get this done. Feels great. Anybody who would like to purchase it or anything, it is on Amazon in hard copy, paperback, ebook. I think Barnes & Noble has it, Ingram Spark has it, and I am on Facebook.
Okay.
And I write under my maiden name, which is Olivares, Irma Olivares, if they want to find me on Facebook.
Perfect. Okay, what was the most interesting thing that you learned when learning more about your family and the history and the connection?
We are still piecing together his story. I think the most important thing that happened was meeting other people who were doing research on him. This has been years in the making, and through the internet and things like Ancestry.com, I discovered that there was a lot of cousins out there looking for him. So we have come together and gotten to know each other. We had a celebration for his birthday a couple of years ago, and for the first time we all met in person. A lot of us only knew each other through internet because of the research.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that research has brought you together with long lost relatives.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, well, we have a link if you would like to check out the book. Just head to our website, SALive.com. Click the As Seen on SA Live tab where you can find links to where you can purchase this. And again, she mentioned on Amazon. Find her on Facebook. What was that handle again? Or how can they find you?
Irma Olivares is my author name, and you can find me Irma Olivares on Facebook.
There you go. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me on, Jen. Appreciate it.
Kind of the status quo today, just like a hot Sunday. Temperatures are going to be warming up. It'll be 89 at noon. It's humid outside, 98 for the high. But then later on today, especially after sunset, there's a chance for a few showers, but much better rain chances in the days ahead. This is the opposite of status quo. We're going to be shaking things up with highs only in the 80s and a daily chance for rain in the week ahead. Erica, looks good.
I'm excited for that. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back here at 8.